And welcome to Primetime League. I'm Rivington Bison III, along with David Freak Turley, and we're ready to take you on an epic road trip through the world of esports.
And along the way, we're going to talk about some epic matchups, some huge games, and big plays. They're getting smaller over time. But first, we have a couple of very exciting announcements.
That's true. First up, we're happy to announce that the World's Group Draw Show will be broadcast live this Saturday, September 12th at 1 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Central European Summer Time.
And that's where the 16 teams who won their way into Worlds will be randomly drawn into one of 4 groups that will take place on the Paris stage and the group stage.
It's going to be awesome. And for our second big announcement, we have the first details about the 2015 All-Star event. On December 10th through the 13th, Riot will host the brand new All-Star event at the LCS Battle Arena right here in Los Angeles. Fans from around the world will vote in 5 players from each of the premier regions. The winner of the first ever International Wildcard All-Star will also be joining in on the fun as well.
And so the regions will be assigned to Team Fire or Team Ice, and the 2 elemental squads will battle it out for fame, glory, and of course fun, because it's League of Legends. 2015 All-Star event will also include 1v1 matchups, fan-voted compositions, fun game modes, and of course the mixed region roster showdown. So for more details, head over to lolesports.com.
It's going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that we will also see some of the players from the Korean Summer Playoff Finals at that All-Star event.
I think it's likely here. The LCK finals happened last Saturday. KT Rolster, SK Telecom T1, the Telecom War, one of the, I think, the oldest rivalry in Korean esports here, and it was for the #1 spot at Worlds. See what
It was the best rivalry in each region. It was such a good year for League of Legends, and this one was great in the beginning for KT. They started to get Arrow going. There were even more times when he got successful kills on Corki, but it didn't seem to be enough, even coming in at 20 minutes.
Becoming a 5-on-5 as far as kills are concerned, and Nagne face checks Emperor's Divide, so we can't get the damage on a Faker. It might have made it a bit closer, but that just means Marin shows up. Flash WQ, thank you very much. Nagne having a very hard time. Watch again, this game just doesn't get much done.
Again, back onto Faker. He slides right in nicely. You can see the hit up on him by score immediately, but they just win the skirmish from here on out, being that much farther ahead in the game.
Marin makes his duty to stop Nagne, so the assassin that's supposed to be there to make sure that dive works is not landing the damage, so Faker stays alive on Desir. He gets the cleanup. Ashe is there to start fights as well, and I mean, this one's just easy when they're all dead.
Each one of these small skirmishes going to them. Marin 4-2-7 on that one. Faker poking people down with the Desir as well to control the fights, and SKT handled game 1 pretty nice. Coming into game 2, KT again would try to start things off.
Looking for their second first blood in 2
right?
games, and they're getting some damage on a Faker. He's taking some pain. There's the laser. They finally do get him. But then it's like SKT wanted to re-engage Marin on the Malphite up there. And as we fast forward, it's running around, and then, by the way, an angry red buff that gets smited.
Yep.
Ends up turning around and smacking Someday in the face.
This fight gets so crazy. A lot of people were 5 coming into it, which is probably why it lasts so long. Bang, just hitting 6 as he was going behind red buff, so he gets the on the hunt to chase down. And then they go after score here, but they might make a little mistake. It's one or the other, and Wolf's going to be the one going down.
Yeah, unfortunate there. You know, it's okay. Cannons and supports don't matter very much. It's okay.
It hurts.
But Faker's solo killing people, so, you know, it's fine.
So crazy. On to Diana this game, keeping the unique champions flowing throughout the series. Arrow, no chance. He's like, oh, I have help coming. Oh, pick what? Where's the lantern?
I think he tosses behind him.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
Yeah, it was already on cooldown, so unfortunately didn't save the Ashe. But Faker 10-1-5 despite being first blood on Diana. So game 3, Riven, YOLO.
Are we gonna see more Riven at Worlds this year, Freak?
Maybe, but that sidestep made me
like that
cringe because, dear Lord.
Cringe in a good way.
Please don't do this to the Western teams, Faker. Please don't make them look this bad.
Oh, Nagne, what are you cleansing? Nothing, says Faker. Comes in, still gets the kill, even though you use all of your summoner spells to get out. And this game, Arrow, onto Arrow. Pixel perfect.
Yeah, it's a beautiful situation for that one. And the top gangplank is not going to be able to save them. The ulti doesn't matter nearly enough, and the picks keep coming through. Mercurial Scimitar already done on Faker. He's way too big to care. And it's just so easy to push through. At this point, they end a team fight like a 2-for-3, and the minions pushing in. Bangs there, and that's the 3-0 SK Telecom T1. If you didn't know, they won Korea this split.
Yeah, they absolutely took it, holding that up very high. You can see how happy they are about this season. Usually going through things like, all right, we won again. We'll go on to Worlds and do it. But you can see the confidence and the strength coming out of SKT a lot this year.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering that last year wasn't very good to them, to finally come back to form and re-dominate's actually a pretty big deal. And just to talk about SK Telecom T1 as a team, these guys are absolutely incredible what they've accomplished throughout League of Legends.
Over and over.
Yeah, I mean, not only were they like one of the best StarCraft teams of all time, but as a League of Legends squad, these guys came together in late 2012.
Yep.
Their very first split in Korea, 3rd place. Very next split, they won Korea. Then they won the regional. Then they won Worlds. Then they won Korea again. And then, as I said, 2014 wasn't very kind to them. They missed out on Worlds. They didn't do a lot of very amazing things. Then 2015 rolls around, and they're back to winning Korea again and again. These guys have almost never failed to be ridiculous. And we're going to see them at Worlds, the #1 seed from Korea. They're going to be in Pool A. They're going to get a arguably easier group, and we'll see them, I think, at least make a top 4.
I'm sure there'll be a lot of people riding the hype train this year.
Yeah.
So, while SKT locked in Korea's top seed at Worlds, 2 teams were chasing after North America's 3rd seed during last weekend's regional qualifier.
Pulling off a reverse sweep against Gravity and up against Team Impulse, Cloud9 were looking to do the impossible and actually complete their run. And it starts with Draven getting first blood for about 1,200 gold.
It was absolutely crazy. Sneaky had enough of the Ashe, so he went over to the Draven as well, also playing against Piglet's Vayne, who tried to carry these games, but it was just too much. Cloud9 had such a nice lead in game 1.
And it just kept snowballing here. TL did a very good job for themselves. They had some good farm, they had some good pushing. Nidalee was far ahead, but the problem is this team can't stop the engage that C9 has. Maokai, Gragas, Orianna, Shockwaves, and a Draven in the back is just too much to deal with. You see right there, one of the few good ultis we actually saw from Elimination over the weekend, and it set up that fight nice. Oh, God, that damage. If you want to send a message, you kill the enemy AD carry on the fountain.
Where?
Right there, on his fountain,
with
while
wild
stunned.
Growth.
Draven, 8-0-3,
8-0-3 Sneaky coming into game 1. Well, if that didn't put the pressure on Team Liquid, I don't know what will. Dominate knew he had to come out strong into game 2, and things started off pretty early in this one.
What an amazing explosive cast there. It actually predicts that even if there was a tumble, it'll still knock him back. And then this one, oh man, max range body slam flash, barely tags him, gets 2 kills, and Team Liquid have a lead they can really fall in love with.
It was the right skin. He's giving his team presents. Everybody's loving what they're getting. Nobody's getting bad stuff. Everybody's just doing great. 11-3. It's what a change from game 1 as well.
Yeah, they found a very strong, very aggressive team. A lot of mid-game power in these guys. Training Force for Corki, Victor off 1 item, and they pressed it in so quickly. 28-minute Nexus kill. Very solid and Dominate, well worthy of the sort of player of the game honors. Yeah, the 508 as well. They avoid the 2 games down. It was 1-1 now, so they can't get the sweep, but Sneaky gets the Vayne himself and starts early. It was actually pretty incredible. He played it in game 2 and got wrecked. They decided to play it again anyway and just felt like they could fix all the mistakes. And so far, it's a pretty close one, but this is so massive. Elimination actually blocked a rocket as well with his shield, as well as faced the mounting Sneaky. Even gets away from the Chaos Storm there thanks to his shield. He actually would have died for the Q, but Elimination, or Incarnation saved him. Double Nation, it's kind of hard to say sometimes. Double Nation indeed. Dominate getting hit up quite hard. You knew he was dead right when he got condemned over the wall. Sneaky was in that gear to keep making plays, and you knew it would follow through. Sneaky having 2 big carry performances, and he's back on the Draven for the matchup. And the Flash Black Shield ulti. Team Liquid cannot possibly stop. There's no way to do so, and they try to get the kill over to Draven. Special does tank the damage quite well, but it's not going to Sneaky. Oh, that Javelin means High gets it. I do love the fact that Sneaky just threw his ultimate into the Braum wall. They knew they were getting towards the turret, so he said, whatever, damage, make it happen. And they keep following through with that aggression inside the jungle of Liquid, not letting him do anything. And High's just taking over this game alongside Incarnation. The double Luden's Echo, it's a ton of actual poke, really, and it's so hard for Team Liquid to get in. Incarnation ends up carrying this game in particular, and it's an overall team effort, though, and that actually does it, as you guys saw over the weekend. Cloud9 qualify for Worlds off of an amazing, amazing run. So crazy. High told the team, I'll get you to Worlds if you carry me, and it looks like everybody did their part in the end. I think High did his part to carry himself as well. He played actually very well for a player who's barely coming back into the role. It was actually a really strong performance by him. Super stepped up. And as hard as it is to believe, that victory took Cloud9 all the way from 7th place in the summer split to a spot at Worlds. Earlier in the year, when High announced that he would be stepping down from the team, nobody envisioned this outcome. No, not even High himself. And honestly, as you look at the stats here, when he first came into the team, it didn't actually make a very big difference, but these stats include all that long postseason run where they got progressively better. High gets a lot of praise. Incarnation gets a lot of praise as well. He was really, really good by the end there. Sneaky was finally back on form as well. Yeah. And High's shot calling honestly never left. So as soon as the individual players were back in form and High leads some of the best players in the league, you have a team that scary.
That's absolutely incredible. So while High and the rest of Cloud9 prepare for Worlds, let's listen to the sounds of the game.
Yeah, as it turns out, players say the darndest things. It's time for mic check.
Will you high-five me? Or actually a handshake, a manly handshake. You lend your trust to me, my friend.
All right, so today, the key to victory is always having a game plan. The key to having a beautiful game in general is always have a game plan.
They will go on me.
I'm moving.
I need to smite.
We can actually fight them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here. Do they have ult sums?
I think so. I ignite Dragas.
Okay,
There we go. He's stuck in the wall.
Nice.
Good job.
Okay, he TP'd there. We need to run, we need to run, we need to run. Can you get away?
He's too tanky. Oh, nice, Godfred. You got the
Mid.
I got
movies.
Yeah,
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Woo! So good.
Big lead.
It does not change anything.
Oh, I don't have my pillow. In office you have pillows here.
I get you a pillow.
How can I focus?
Oh, pillow. Thank you.
What if I did that? I brought like a lawn chair to LCS. Just put it down behind you guys for me to fix fans.
That'd be sick, dude.
We all carry in a sofa. A big ass sofa. That'd be dope.
Nice.
Yasso. Trish no flash. Trish no HP.
Nice. Do we Baron?
Go Baron. Trish no HP.
I'm trying to look for a shockwave on Victor. Nice.
I'm on the way.
Nice.
Get back. Yeah, I can go on him. Okay, let's go. Careful. Push down.
I'm almost there, dude.
Life steal.
Just live still, yeah?
Steve!
Yeah. Nice.
Steve!
Just back. Oh, just back. Nexus. Nexus. We got this. Good job.
Nice, man.
I'm gonna die. Never end. Dangerous game. Never end. Not dangerous. Good job. Push. End the game.
Really good.
No, we can't end. We can't end.
No, you're sticking it, maybe.
We can end.
Yeah, your Mumu was on front page again. You did it.
Wait, is it front page?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
They're like.
Hey, I said I would do some Mumu plays. Killing Maka. Yeah, killing Elise. I got Sun.
Oh my god, I
Sorry,
died.
Rush.
Okay, got you.
I'm so sad.
I'm dead.
GG.
It's GG.
Rush.
Server's dead. Ori's dead. Server Ori dead. You guys win this.
I'm staying. I'm not getting you. Nice. Wait, stay and push. That's what I'm talking about.
You guys know it's one best of 5 and then Worlds.
Yeah.
So you guys should better try hard.
Oh.
But don't worry guys, I got a big backpack with like Asi and Dicto, you know?
Yeah. Thematic is bigger than X-Pac.
Fanatic.
X-Pac!
They only have 1 more million followers than me on Facebook. But I have more than them on Twitter, so I got that going.
Do you have flash?
No. I'll be dead.
Oh, no, keep running. Left turn. Power people is top. Victor's away.
He's top.
Victor's not there. We chase. Victor's not there. We chase Niels. OG Niels.
Let's make a story. We either go 2-0 here, so we reverse sweep them after going 0-1, or we let them go 2-0, so then they reverse sweep us. You know? Something like that.
Their engage sucks. Their 5v5 engage sucks. It's like
at least 2. I'm standing in front. Shen to push 2. I'm going. Yeah. On the vein.
Shen.
On the vein.
Baby.
Okay.
Push mid. Get in him.
You guys are dying. Careful. Nice. Dragons. Nice.
We made it to Worlds, boys.
We did it. All right. I held my promise. I brought you to Worlds. You carried me.
All right, well, that was good by C9, but last Sunday, 2 European teams took to the Rift to fight for the regionals final spot at Worlds. It was XPeke and Origen taking on the top-seeded Unicorns of Love, and even though the teams had split their season 1-1, Oregon came into this as a big favorite as they took Fnatic in 5 games just a week ago when we start out in game 1. And it's a nice hook on Ahura.
Yep, Mithy's going to get that pick, sets up the box for the slow, and even though he gets a disengage, Peke comes in to finish off the job. He's going to pay for it, though, because he gets cornered.
Power of Evil, pretty good Victor player. Vardok's coming on the side as well, makes it 2-2 in overall kills, but they're not done. Neil's chasing down Hillsong. Down he goes.
Alistar Ultimate only delays the inevitable there, and he does end up going down. That's going to be Neil's on a roll this game.
And on a hop and a jump as well. Gets the one, killing spree already for Susana. There's the next one. Itachi slowed down, hit under the turret. Feels good about that.
Soaz doesn't even get the kill. When Neil's got it.
But he made sure the AD carry got the kill. Important for him to do that. Now you can see the backline push comes in, but Niels has Baron, and they're already up 6,000 gold, and here's the resets. And Hillsong will ult to delay the death.
Yeah. Tristana, late game, red buff, hopping over everybody, and that's pretty much the story of that game.
Yeah, fairly strong, so we can move on to the next one, and it gets a little bit more interesting as we got the AP Kog'Maw from X-Pekka, but he's got ganks coming, so Power of Evil goes to the trade.
Yeah.
And then...
Currently, he's a little baby Kog'Maw. He's only got the tier. It's early game. You can pick on him. Have your fun now, because he does have friends, and they will come visit the mid lane.
Spoiler alert, here's the friends, and Amazing's here. Power of Evil trying to ghost away. Cleanses, I don't know if there was a thing on him, but it's going to make Peke flash away. Still gets the kill.
Yeah, he trades flashes there. Peke is able to get out of it, though. This time around, Mithy starts it off just the end of the Braum ultimate, and Peke finishes him off.
So as TPs to a corpse of Annie and goes, I guess nothing really useful happened, so...
He's found what Peke's done.
And that's going to be game 2. Pretty clean 1-2. 3 kills only before 28 minutes. Nexus goes down. Peke definitely had a very, very nice AP Cog game.
Yeah, number 2 was just dominating. And number 3, Hillsong gonna get caught out.
Says hi, says bye. Down he goes already. The Fizz in the top lane. Feeling pretty good about this one. Origin making it pretty close, though, as there's a mid lane. Azir from Power of Evil actually has a really good impact for most of this game, but he just can't keep the rest of his team alive. He's 2-0-4. The rest of his team is dying.
Yeah, he's trying all he can, but Orihen do not let them breathe at all. Soaz on the Fizz was going off all game long.
Just finding people in the bottom lane to kill. Vizachachi showing up for a couple of trades, and, you know, Unicorns can try to hang into this one, but here comes pretty much the death knell. Into the back line, Niels playing hyper-aggressive pretty much all series long, getting away with it as well.
Yeah, pretty easy for him, and Power of Evil, not much he can do to fend off Origin. They're going to finish it up with a clean 3-0 sweep.
3-0 sweep, 40-minute game in the very last one. And so while this will be the first trip to Worlds for Team Origin and the rookie of the split, Niels, everyone else on the team has been there at least once before. Hopefully they will be able to make him feel at home with the rest of these veterans.
Yeah, I mean, even though it is the new squad that got put together, a lot of these guys have been there, as you can see on the graphic.
Peke's at least won a world championship before. We've had Soaz be a runner-up. And you can see just interesting count of who all's been there before. I think this is definitely, though it is, again, a new team, it is a team full of veterans. Niels showed so far in the European playoffs and the European regional qualifier that he's certainly able to handle himself on the big stage and still play quite well.
Yeah, one thing is that they won't have their coach, though, as Ducky has decided to step down. So maybe they'll have a new coach at that Worlds, and he'll get his first time.
Now let's turn to the power of Twitter for the wisdom you guys tucked into your tweets. Last week, we asked you to tell us who will die the most during the LCS regionals this weekend. And to get into the Hall of Fame, you had to tell us how many times that player would die. Well, the correct answer, it rhymes with die, it's high. He pushed up Deities 39 times. Okay, that was bad. Actually, 30 of you believe that High would have that target on his back, so massive props to you guys for getting it right. And it was 39 deaths, and the closest we got was from @kindness number 6, who guessed 38. If only he were less of a feeder, you'd be in the Hall of Fame. Blame High, not yourself, but just like Team Liquid, close but no cigar. So turning to this week's question, we want you to look into the future and tell us who will be the final 4 teams to qualify for Worlds. And just to make sure you're prepped, that's 2 from China, 1 from Korea, and that last international wildcard qualifier team. My guess is going to be Edward Gaming, Chaogu, KT Roaster and Pain Gaming, those are my 4. Now tweet your predictions to @LolEsports along with the hashtag PTL, and we'll see who you picked. And while you're sending your answers, we need to make an addendum to the membership roles of the PTL Hall of Fame and admit a brand new member. More than 2 months ago, we asked you which team will snap Fnatic's current winning streak and for a shot at the Hall of Fame. You had to tell us how many kills their opponent would have in that victory. And because all good things must come to an end, it wound up being Origen, who broke Fnatic's record in the summer finals. They beat them game 1 and had 8 kills. We got so caught up in the Fnatic hype that we actually forgot this question existed. But of course, we're back. 6 of you got it correct and got it right overall. Of course, we had the 1 Hall of Famer on top of that one. 1 viewer actually managed to nail that number. Congratulations to @Catinator. We hope you enjoy yourself in the Hall of Fame, despite the fact that I'm not there yet. But I guess you can enjoy being somewhat alone.
Yeah, I think we were all in a bit of a shock when Fnatic lost a game because we forgot it could happen.
Not me. I remembered it can happen. two possible outcomes to any
so
game.
smart, Kobe. But let's get back to the teams qualifying for Worlds as the Bangkok Titans and Chiefs Esports Club met in the finals for the first international wildcard qualifier to see who would lead to Worlds.
Yep, and the Bangkok Titans, 007 here on Rek'Sai, gonna start it off. Mox gets in and gets hit, but it's just a bait.
Just a bait, hook, line, and sinker as well. Egypt goes down, Thresh no more for Radier in the bot lane, who would have a tough game all along. And 007 coming up for plays once again with Moss.
Yeah, I'm sure you're glad to see the success of that support, Kenan.
I love it. Him and Wolf are becoming my best friends right now. Thank you very much, guys. The cleanse from G4 here, you can see just the skirmish fights completely in favor of BKT. 14-6, I mean, that kind of spells it out for you.
Yeah, game number 1 was heavily one-sided here. Bangkok Titans able to run right through the base at 25 minutes. They're pushing Nexus turrets. Look at those crits. They're so far ahead.
Oh, 2v1ing. Sivir misses Boomerang Blade. You probably shouldn't lose the 2v1, but that'll go to show you how strong Lloyd is. 007, though, taking that honors for the series. 4-0-10 on his Rek'Sai. Coming into game 2, good momentum for the Titans, and 007 once again.
Ooh, yeah.
Ulti.
Too bad that it's 4 versus 3, but man, what a Sejuani ultimate. When you see it hit that many people, y'all got to go in.
We got to fight.
Bangkok Titans try and go to follow up on it, but there's just not enough damage, and they're going to have to wait for a little bit of a roam from G4 to try and come down and clean things up.
And Radair had used his summoner heal in that just as they got hit by the ultimate.
Which way do I go? Rip!
So he saves Gragas. Actually, we see Gragas go down to 007's minions. What's the flash there? The flash, he was already clicked into Dragon Pit, so it took him back around.
Yeah, the flash and then walking back into the Crescent. All right, well, we're not done yet. Another great Sejuani ultimate here from 007. And this time, the Bangkok Titans can follow up.
Oh, yeah, following up on everything. You can see Swiffer saying, actually, I don't want to get in here. Ragnarok already wore off. He goes down to crowd control and the rest of the damage. And BKT push all the way, coast to coast. This one, 29-27, which just made it closer, but still so bloody.
All right, 2-0 here. What can the Chiefs do? Going into game number 3, they pull out all the stops. Swiffer has a man on a mission. Level 3 Twisted Fate already making global ganks with his teleport, and he was able to do a lot of work this game.
Hey, you gotta catch him by surprise. You never know what's coming if you do it and nobody else has seen it. Warlock here doing what he can, takes down Spooks, and this is where Chiefs started to get a little flustered. You can see G4 making some mistakes by Gromp as well, and Chiefs took over that mistake.
Flashes out, and he's on about 10 HP, still able to survive. G4 gets cleaned up by Radier.
Good things coming from his Sivir. Chiefs finally clean up, keep themselves in the series. 2-1, they're going to take it to game 4. Swiffer with 5-1 and 10 honors in the game there. And we head into game 4. G4 back on the Yasuo.
Oh, yeah. 007 once again making an early visit mid, as are almost the whole rest of the team. Spooks got hooked back in.
It's like, that's my win wall. Wait, that's not my win wall. The hook just went through it. Pretty much the idea there, it looked like. Swiper getting a lot of love in this one, and even G4 makes a lot of
Look how many people they bring, and he teleports down half the lane to get there. 4 people, maybe a little bit overkill, but they were sending a message with that one.
It's what worked for them here. Again, they find Swiffer out now instead of Swiper. They're going to be able to go after him. Almost a very nice play, but just too much gap close from these guys.
007 and G4 worked really well together this game. The knockups for Yasuo, and G4 is able to go off.
Carry him right into the base. Another 40-minute match, another 30-plus kill game, and the Bangkok Titans have a nice trip to Worlds.
Oh yeah, very happy. This is going to be their first time representing Southeast Asia at Worlds.
So the Bangkok Titans round out the 4 teams that locked in a trip to Worlds this weekend. They joined Cloud9, Origin, and Korea's Coup Tigers, who qualified as the LCK's second seed by earning the most circuit points in the region, other than SKT. That brings the total to 12 teams that have qualified for Worlds so far. And this weekend, we will find out the final 4 teams that will make a trip to the World Championship. And one of those 4 spots will be locked in on Saturday when Brazil's Pain Gaming meets Chaos Latin Gamers at the second International Qualifier Finals in Chile. Led by their 80-carry BRTT, Brazil's Pain Gaming tore through the round-robin stage undefeated, while Chaos Latin Gamers had to win a tiebreaker match against Hard Random to get to the finals. Even though Pain Gaming swept KLG 2-0 in the round-robin stage, this weekend's match promises to be a lot closer than the head-to-head record indicates. The first 2 games averaged more than 50 minutes, with Pain only securing 1 more kill than KLG. The 2 factors behind Pain's wins were their mid laner Kami and better objective control. Pain locked down 5 Barons and 9 Dragons in those matches. You can watch the rematch as Pain and Chaos battle for a spot at Worlds this Saturday at 3 p.m. local time in Chile, which is 11 a.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Central European Summer Time.
Along with the second international wildcard team, we're going to find out the third LCK team heading to Worlds this weekend, with the winner of the Korean regional qualifier securing that final spot.
Yeah, and those qualifiers kicked off earlier this morning as Jin Air Green Wings took on Najin EM Fire.
And this is going to be an interesting battle to be sure. Jin Air known for their slow and steady and low kill games. We open up game 1 with Najin already with the kill. Top lane Fiora gets mouth-ulted from the brush and can't do a single thing. Riposte's very late, doesn't dodge either stun, goes down.
And Che with the support cannon comes in to pick one up for himself. Look at this though, Goong in the brush, almost able to get him, but
Locket Shield says thank you very much. Ignite will not kill him. Then Kalista makes sure it's all good. Wow, mid lane Gangplank, GBM gets the kill after all. Now Kennen, it was interesting, support Kennen ended up being very valuable for both these teams throughout the series.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch more GBM Gangplank here.
Yeah, so look at this barrel. Crit, boom, 1100, and he's able to steal the Baron with it.
I can't smite that high, but still pretty unfortunate. And now Jin Air gonna go wreck everyone. They've got so much team fight power. Ash engage, not Ash, sorry, whoops. Kalista, Malphite, all Kennen, all
Ash
fun
is
things.
in the game.
Ash was getting caught like this. Down she goes. I got it in the end.
Yes, sir.
3 deaths.
Jin Air also got it in the end, able to take game 1. Let's head into number 2 as they head bottom lane. This is a level 2 Flash Braum engage for Chaser to come down with the gank, and they just barely get that passive off.
It's just enough. As long as the Braum Q lands, the chase down is there. Red buff Evelyn making it all work quite well. Okay, Jin Air starting out strong. Good for them.
Yep. Speaking of that Ash you're talking about, Freak,
yep.
Jin Air got their hands on it this time, and from the river, cross-map arrow to secure a kill in mid lane.
That's rough. All the jungler can do is watch as the mid laner dies away. And now, here we go for the climactic team fight. 40 minutes in, Najin cannot get in.
All he can do is watch as he gets stun locked now. 100% zeroed.
Now he can watch in a gray screen, and just more dog piles come through. The Malphite ulti. Victor W certainly helps, the Ash Arrow, the Braum. Just so many ways to start the fight and follow it through. 6 deaths only in the second one. Pretty solid victory by Jin Air Green Wings. So 2-0, 1 more spot means they get to fight their next opponent.
Yeah, what's going on here? You know, Najin must have lost their power to get to Worlds every year. They invade here, and Jin Air make them pay for it. Peanut gets stunned up away from the team, and they grab the first blood.
Che takes up the team quite nicely. A great spell shot on the Astro, but still not enough to make the team feel good about this one. 1-0. We move on to the next fight, 2-0. This flank from Peanut and Pure is maybe the saving grace. Maybe Najin gets back in, and they just get stopped out by so many slows. And oh dear, the backline!
The re-engage there, Malphite Orianna combo, and they just get massacred under the turret.
Even with the 2 sort of engaged champions coming in from the side, Jin Air already pivot to the other way. Only 1 death in this one. If my math is correct, 10 deaths total in the 3-0 over Najin. Pretty damn impressive. So with that win, it advances Jin Air to round 2 of the Korean regionals, where they will take on CJ Entis.
Those 2 teams will face off this Saturday, with the winner advancing to the KT to face KT Rolster in the finals on Sunday for Korea's final spot at Worlds.
And that brings us to China, where they do things a little bit differently when it comes to qualifying teams for Worlds. LGD earned the region's #1 seed by securing the most championship points. They also happen to win Summer, so that was easy. This weekend, though, 4 teams with the highest point totals will battle in a regional bracket to determine which 2 teams will join LGD.
Right, and the bracket breaks down like this. The team that advances through the winner's side locks in China's #2 seed at Worlds. The 3 remaining teams then have to fight through the loser's bracket, with the victor taking the LPL's #3 seed.
It should be an absolutely incredible weekend with some very interesting matchups on the table. Up first, mid-season invitational champions Edward Gaming take on Snake, and this is supposed to be an EDG win. They were 4-0 over them in the regular season.
Yeah.
Pons, mid laner, who replaced you on Edward Gaming. Clear Love is ridiculously good jungler.
You has been a pretty big good pickup for Snake, though.
Certainly.
Yeah, definitely him and Martin as well.
Yeah, the problem is, though, EDG, of course, did play poorly during the playoffs, so maybe that starts to fumble. Big guys to watch out, though, for Snake, though. Flandre, big top lane split pusher. His Trundle and his Gnar are very good, so he turns into a team fighter later on. But Snake being weaker on paper, you expect it to be a favored matchup. Just depends how they play in the day.
Yeah, and in the second series, it's going to be a rematch of the Summer Split semifinals between QG and Invictus Gaming. Now, QG did take the previous matchup, 3-2, but this one I'm really excited, especially for the junglers coming around. Swift and Kakao are 2 of the most exciting junglers. These Koreans playing in China. They also both have Korean mid laners to work with, so there should be a lot of mid lane jungle synergy, and whichever one of these pairs can overtake the other, get some early pressure, I feel like can gain an advantage.
Yeah, I definitely really love the mid laners for both these teams as well. It's incredibly strong players. Doinby and Rookie are so much fun to watch, and they're really aggressive players. Their assassin play is very good. I've seen AP Echo, I've seen some Yasuo. These guys are absolutely stellar.
Definitely agree. Swift and Kakao probably be fighting over the Nidalee. We'll see who can get it this time around. But either way, should be a good matchup.
So we've been talking about the teams that are fighting for seats at the world table, but let's not forget the teams that will be battling for spots in the LCS this weekend as well. First up this Saturday, SK Gaming will take on Gamers 2, and Gambit will face Mouse Sports with 2 spots in the European LCS up for grabs. Those games begin at 5 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Central European Summertime. Then on Sunday in North America, Enemy Esports takes on Team Coast, followed by Team 8 battling Team Imagine. Those matches kick off starting at 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. in Europe. So, which teams will join or rejoin the European LCS? For a breakdown of the matches, let's bring in James Strass O'Leary.
Thank you very much, Riv. That's right. This Saturday is the EU promotion tournament. We're going to find out which 2 teams will be joining or rejoining us in the 2016 Spring Split. The first matchup of the day in a best-of-5 is going to be one that has a lot of history attached to it, and that is SK Gaming going up against Gamers 2. For those of you that maybe weren't quite into League or esports in Season 2, Ocelot used to play on SK, then ended up leaving SK and forming Gamers 2. So this is a matchup that kind of is, I guess you could say, student versus the teacher in a way, but it's been a long time since there's been that kind of tie between SK and Ocelot. But speaking of the current players in the teams, both of them rely heavily on their junglers. Svenskeren for SK was an instrumental part of their wins in the Summer Split and the Spring Split, of course, for SK. But on Gamers 2's side, Kikis came into the lineup after leaving Unicorns, and he seemed to make a change, but then the consistency just never stayed with Gamers 2. Very up and down when it came to their results, and they couldn't get themselves into the final. And, you know, in this matchup, there is one final wild card, and that is Perks, the very young mid laner for Gamers 2. He showed a lot of skill on Azir, on Jace, but ever since they've kind of fallen out of the meta with regards to Jace, and, you know, Azir banned out quite a lot, Perks has struggled to find his footing in a lot of the matchups. So that is a very explosive best-of-5 to begin us off. And the second one of the day has a lot of questions to it as well. It is going to be Maus taking on Gambit. Maus, of course, losing to Team Dignitas EU in the Challenger Series finals. They've been looking strong at the end of the split, but Gambit, we heard Sean's talking about it on the LCS regional qualifiers this past week. Sean feels like Gambit is very strong coming into this matchup. They've got Pinoy back. The question is, how will his time on Winter Fox affect his play coming back to the Gambit lineup? We saw him in Spring Split. There's still a lot left to play for Gambit. So 2 of these teams are going to be joining us in the LCS in the 2016 Spring Split. We're going to have to find out this Saturday just exactly who it is.
guys, it's time for death timers. We got 45 seconds for Kobe and me to pit our knowledge against each other. And before we get started, Kobe, I just want to point out, based on the death timers that were on that intro, I'm higher level than you.
The higher death timer just means you died later in the game, so you'll probably have a higher likelihood of losing the game for your team.
I mean, it happened one right after the other. They were like 2 seconds apart. I don't think you're...
I've seen you play late game mistakes aplenty. We each are going to get 45 seconds on the clock, though, to talk about these matchups and break down what each team will have to do to win this series.
And because I won, damn right, last time we faced in death timers, I'm going to let you go first, Kobe. 45 seconds. We're going to first talk about the Enemy versus Imagine series. You get Enemy as the LCS expert, so go.
All right, so Enemy. First thing they're going to have to do is remain calm. This is a team that's very emotional. Every time we interview them on stage, they all seem extremely nervous, but they're the LCS team. They're the ones that have the advantage here over Team Coast, I think. If they're able to lane swap, I feel like they should hide Flares, because Flares has been struggling at the end of the normal season, and they should really play off of Inox, because Inox was the guy, when they were in Challenger Series, he was crushing the Challenger Series. To try and lane swap and try and force Coast to make some difficult decisions in game, try and pull them across the map, try and stress them out, because they're the team that are trying to fight to get into the LCS. Whereas Enemy, they actually can rely on the people who have been playing on this stage all.
Okay, you're done. No. You stopped at stage. It's done for you. I stopped. Timers means you can't say anymore.
All right, Freak. You're going to have to beat that. 45 seconds on the clock now. What are Team Coast going to have to do to beat Enemy and get into the LCS?
I did say Enemy versus Imagine in the opening. That was a mistake. Yeah, so Coast actually...
you messed up already.
Hey, shut up. It wasn't during the timer. You're actually eating my time, by the way. This is bullcrap. I get more votes for this. So Coast are actually incredibly good individually skilled, and there's a huge mismatch between Coast top laner and Flares.
That's why they're going to lane swap.
Great, I don't care. Because, honestly, Chris will absolutely destroy that matchup. Flair's been having a really horrible season, and Chris just destroys everybody in Challenger. And Coast, their strategies all revolve around their players. Saint's actually doing a good job of coaching for the team he's with and saying, okay, you know, Shrimp, you're going to carry games. Chris, you're going to carry games. And finding battles that will work for those two guys. Shut up. Doesn't matter, because there's more you can play on.
You say that way too often.
Well, you should shut up more, and then I wouldn't have to say it nearly as often. But Shrimp is also ridiculous. Shrimp is amazing.
You spent way too much time telling me to shut up. You didn't get to talk. All right, one match down, and that's going to be a win for me. Let's move on to the second matchup. Freak, you now have 45 seconds. This time, Imagine actually are in the matchup, you can talk about Imagine this time around.
All right, up against Teammate. It's honestly going to be a very uphill battle. Teammate are actually quite strong, and Imagine are better than you think, though. So Steelback came in. He gave a lot of extra leadership to the team. Those guys level 1s are very, very solid. They're, I think, LCS caliber. This guy went to MSI, took 2 games off Faker. Like, this is a good player with a lot of experience. Actually a ton of experience on this roster.
His team took 2 games off Faker.
Either way, he was part of it. It doesn't matter. Dumbledore's first-blooded Faker. It's all there. Honestly, it's actually quite smart team. They're very good rotationally. These guys nearly took Renegades down in the playoffs as well. These guys are like right up there being LCS caliber.
So it's an upset that they're
Moon
even
is
here.
also a big gem on this team. He's a really big up-and-coming jungler. Corvus is very good. We expected a hard matchup for him, but Moon can hard carry some games. It's definitely a possibility. Everyone plays the role on this team. Steelbuck's a great cleanup. Moon's a really, really good jungler. The shot calling is very solid. That's all you need.
I'm glad that everyone plays the role that they're assigned on that team. Okay. That's always a good start.
Yeah.
What do we got
sometimes
now?
I play mid lane and AD carry in the same game. I just take both sets to farm.
All right.
Kobe, 45 seconds. Teammate, let's go.
All right, Teammate. I actually think that Teammate should also do a mid-lane centric strategy, similar to Enemy, because Golden Glue has been a really big pickup for them, honestly. A lot of people thought they were going to fall off when Slushy left the team and fall apart, but Golden Glue stepped in. He's been huge. Obviously, if they can get Azir, that should be #1 priority, but I also liked the poke compositions that Teammate were running towards the end of the season, and that would also be a good strategy for them to go with. I feel like they could sit around, poke Imagine, wait for them to get frustrated, wait for one of those risky engages, and then punish them for that. Otherwise, I think that the side lanes will be just fine. Kali Trolls has always been a guy to pick up new champions. Fiora's available to them. History teacher loves Fiora. I'd be very
There's even a skin for it.
I'd be very surprised
it's amazing.
if he didn't force his players to pick it up.
You're done. You're out of time. Kobe,
you censored yourself.
Kobe, be quiet. It's time to turn to you guys and let us know who won. I mean, this is a rhetorical question because we all know it was me who won this game.
That's not what a rhetorical question is. We actually want them to take action and answer us, Freak. That's a literal question that we want you guys to answer. So send your answers in to @LOL Esports if you have the hashtag KobeWin, or to at LOL rhetorical questions if you have the hashtag freakwin, and we'll be able to tally those, and the ones that matter will actually get tallied, and I will come out on top. So while we wait for you to tweet in and tell us who you think won, Laser Beams went behind the scenes with our Challenger Series casters in search of a fat beat.
It is hard to identify the exact origin of dance. However, thorough investigation places it around 3300 BC. Since then, dance has been used as a great form of expression, healing, and above all, entertainment. Riot favorites Freak and Zyrene are no strangers to this whimsical art form. We've all seen their videos that have amassed over 1 million views cumulatively worldwide. But are they just a one-dance wonder, or have they been blessed by the dance gods? I'm gonna find out. Gentlemen, welcome, and thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
At what age did you begin dancing?
I began dancing at the age of 5. I took tap dancing. My mother put me in a class randomly alongside my brothers. A lot of women there. Thought it was a good chance to kind of meet some girls, but
at
turns
5?
out I was 5, and it doesn't work that way.
If your dance skills were a League of Legends champion, which would it be and why?
I'll go with Fizz.
Why?
Because my dance is very slippery. People don't know where I'm going, and then all of a sudden I'm there and I'm not.
Okay. I'm going to say my champion dance spirit animal is Bard, because anytime someone sees it, they get really excited.
And if it were a Spice Girl, which one would it be?
Posh.
Ooh. Why?
Because it's fancy.
Who is your favorite dancer, famous or not?
Well, I don't know any non-famous dancers, so that makes it just famous dancers.
Me.
But I would consider you almost famous.
Thank you.
Wow.
I mean,
that's actually.
I said almost.
This guy has more Twitter followers than the Olive Garden. Like that means something.
That's a true statement.
That means something.
Final question. Dance off.
That's
the both of you versus me and anyone of your choosing.
That's not a question.
Do you accept?
Oh, that's a question. Yes.
Who do you choose as my partner?
Your sound guy.
Yeah.
DJ, drop that. There you have it, folks. Dance off to end all dance-offs. Now, your comments are encouraged and welcomed. However, I think we all know who won here. Me. This isn't an opinion. Science. This is Laser Beams for 3 minutes.
Science? Really? Come on, that's just fantasy. I'm sorry, Mr. Laser Beams, but you definitely got served. Now, guys, we do have some more dancing coming up as we announce the winners from our second ever Primetime League Awards. These unique prizes were voted on by you, the viewers, and while there's no physical trophy, such as the Freak, realize that pride and glory do belong with each one of us winners, and of course each one of you voters as well. So first up, let's get the nominees up for the best vocal artist. Those nominees were Kind of Logic Gaming's Pobelter, H2K's Sjarnan, and from the European LCS, the entire team Unicorns of Love. And of course the winner is Pobelter. Not only did he win the split, but he actually sang, unlike everyone else, so I think voters may vote in mysterious ways, but Pobelter definitely wins because he deserves it. Next up, guys, don't wig out, but it's time to check out who won the PTL award for best hair. I know, I'm gonna have to pay for that joke. The nominees were Team Liquid's Phoenix, QG's TNT, and Kind of Logic Gaming's Afromu. And the winner is Afromu with almost 60% of the vote. I mean, he's got 60% of the hair of all those three people combined, so I think that vote makes a whole lot of sense. But also split winner, I think it's actually pretty easy to vote for him. I mean, it's a good do. Now, of course, it's rare that you would want to reward a teammate for being a scumbag, but here at PTL, we are not afraid to do that. And so, here are the nominees for the best Pentasteal. H2K's Ryu is back, LGD's PYL, and formerly of Team Impulse, Xiao Wei Xiao. And this was our closest vote, but 37% went to the winner, and that's Ryu, actually. Now, I don't have anything clever to say about the fact that he stole the Pentakill, but at least he's going to Worlds, so that's cool. And it's going to be really fun watching these guys play on the world stage. I know it's not very funny, but the thing is we saved the best for last, and really it's just a formality. But here are the nominees for the best caster rehearsal dance. It's Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler, Rivington Biz in the third, and of course it's me, David Freak Turley. And the winner is Riv with 62%. That's awkward. I guess congratulations to Riv. But
Haha, yeah! That's called victory. Don't be salty, Freak. I can't help it when the rhythm grabs a hold of me. So, well, I get my groove on. Let's check out the best of the rest, or as Cloud9 calls it, while reverse sweeping the Penta. Jumping in at number 5, it was Chaos Latin Gamers' White Lotus with the fast fingers as he outplays Hard Random's Kira.
Vai ir pra cima, muito ofensivo com essa questão, assalta o foguete, olha o que ele faz. Ele dá um flash invejável pra evitar a ultimate do Kira. Não, pra que precisa de bandeira de Mercúrio se a ultimate do Varus não pega?
Meu amigo, que reflexo absurdo do White Lotus.
Tumbling into number 4, it was 4 kills for Sneaky's Vayne.
And Gate gets jumped on by Sneaky the same. Now Elimination trying to run away very low on health. Zeke's Harbinger is on, and that's a couple of kills picked up at the 2-for-1. Impacts the next one. That's a huge fight. A Quadra for Sneaky comes through. Holy cow, Cloud9.
Coming in at number 3, Detonation Focus Me's Seros picked up a pentakill with his mid lane gangplank.
AoE starting to stack out. Naru gets bounced around and destroyed. Here's Udapon. He's got exhaust, but he still does so much. He's trying to trade it over. There's a barrel. It finds sight. Now the equalizer destroys that AD carry. Udapon is still alive. He's finally going to go down as Siros cleans it up with a triple kill. Quadra kill. Elise falls. It's a pentakill on the gangplank.
At number 2, Sneaky was unbreakable with Lemon Nation's Braum by his side.
They've picked off the enemy support. Now 2 tanks are missing, but falls to the next casualty as Phoenix stays alive in the back. Sneaky fighting Piglet. The shield is in. Lemon's there. Holy moly, a 2-for-2.
Sneaky has just been slowed by both a Nar Boomerang and a Gragas Barrel. Instant stun, and this is where the play really comes in huge. Right as the stun is over, Lemon blocks the Piglet auto attack, and Sneaky can finish him off.
And cool guys don't look at petrifying gazes as Faker outplays Nagne in our number 1 play of the week.
Double 6, they get the flash from Nagne. Faker comes in, he's got the ult, he's got the kill. Beautiful, beautiful
Faker
game from SKT.
Dodged that petrifying gaze so beautifully, I almost couldn't see it.
Let's watch this one again. Let's see how Faker does.
Wait for the animation, comes now, flashes it.
Wow. Beautiful.
This is Riven mechanics.
Things Faker does.
And again, just like Faker's sweet footwork in the last play. Whenever you see a pro player that gets your toes tapping, send a tweet to @LOLesports with the hashtag #ThePenta so we can catch the beat as well. Also, we wanted to give you a heads up that PTL will be taking a couple weeks off to prepare for Worlds. So our next episode will be coming to you directly from Paris on September 30th. Make sure you mark your calendars because we'll be airing at a special time of 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central European Summer Time. And in case you're keeping track, that's the day before the World's Group Stages kicks off in the City of Lights. In the meantime, let's take a look back at some of the moments from Primetime League where things didn't always go according to plan in our last hit.
Making noises, dance music, dance music, dance music, dance music, dance music, dance music,
Oh, I dropped my pen. I don't have a pen, I feel naked. Wait, I have a pen, now I got a bikini.
I want a pen now. Give me a pen. Where's my pen? I want...
Those are blue.
Get it.
I've got another riddle for you.
With the teams around the world battling to make it to Globes, fuck. Plus, we take a look at the AP item changes in a brand new League of Learning. Set your programs to receive. Primetime League starts right now.